Hello, Tonia Reeves here, Australia's psychic cowgirl, coming at you from Sunday Creek. I feel like I've been saying that now for a while. It's kind of programmed into my brain. So, yeah, quite funny. I did a show earlier on today, and I'm like, oh, I've got my radio's voice on. Even my show co-host was like, you sound like you're on the radio, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm constantly think I'm on the radio. So, hey. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a great day or evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for connecting and calling in to get readings from many of us here on our shows on A1R, and we really appreciate you. So I just wanted to give you a shout out and say, you guys really rock, and we appreciate your support. So thank you. Sharing the shows is awesome. The feedback that you give us is really awesome too. And sometimes we forget to mention that, but I really wanted to reiterate today or tonight, wherever you are in the world, to say thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us. It really does mean the world to us, and we love your input. So our shows are about you guys as much as they are about us. So without your input and feedback, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So thank you. And yeah, I think sometimes, it's just nice to be able to share that. So I hope everyone's all right. We're going into some massive eclipses this weekend and retrograde. There's so much energetically happening at the moment. So all I can say is keep your cool and, try and stay grounded. Remember to do your meditation, to get outside in nature, to do whatever it is that really lights you up, especially at a time when sometimes we're just feeling a bit out of sorts. I know in our conversation earlier this morning, we were talking about reviewing the past. So for many of us, we're being called on to look at what no longer serves us. Take the time to do that, because it really is important to let go of the old to then bring in the new. So we're starting to come out of this, or be on the other side at least, getting back to some kind of normal. As not totally as we remember it, but certainly, being allowed to have more freedom than earlier on. So it's great just to be able to be mindful of, the fact that whatever inner work you needed to do, or you still might be struggling to do, get help with doing it if you need it. Know that there's people to support you going through any challenges, but also keep the faith that what's happening around you is for a reason. It's time for change. Okay, thanks for listening. I'm going on to my first caller, Deneen in Raleigh, North Carolina. Deneen, how are you?
Good, I'm good. Thank you.
That's my pleasure. Thanks for calling in. Great to connect with you. I love my USA audience. You rock. So it's cool. Now let me see, for you, can I ask his mum in spirit? Because I've got a lady stepping up straight away for you. I'm like, oh, who is connecting to you?
My mom.
Yeah, okay. So it's like she's bang in there. And I do feel like, and quite often, when you come on for a reading, you probably have communicated with her, but it was very much for her, it's like, I'm here, and you'd planned this, so it's like confirmation that there was some kind of confirmation that she was going to come through to you. And I do want to say she's also showing me there's some celebration around that she wants to acknowledge at the moment. So is it someone's birthday like soon that's in the immediate family?
My grandson, well, mine's coming up.
Yeah.
We had a couple of birthdays.
Okay.
My daughter just had a birthday on June 8th. Mine's
Cool.
coming up on July the 11th, and I have a grandson, his birthday is July 25th.
Oh, perfect. Because she's like, it's very relevant. She's saying, the birthday was very relevant. I do want to say that you do pick up when she is around. So I feel like you're quite psychic yourself in that you do see the signs, and there's many times that she comes to you. And I do want to say, I want to go to what she's showing me, something around going to a gift shop or some place, and I do feel the way that she's showing me it was somewhere you went with her, or you had a conversation with her about, and she's just acknowledging that she's with you when you go there. So it's like it's important that I share that with you.
Okay.
Okay, because like she's like to, just give you that evidence that she's around, and it's like she likes to hang out with you. So I know she did in life as well, but it's almost like she's enjoying it from the spirit world that she still gets to connect with you, and that's the feeling she gives me, is like you still connect with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, and she also wants me to tell you everyone is okay up there. So I feel like there's a few family members with her, and it's like she's looking after everyone. And I feel like that's what she did in life, and she's doing it up there as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a young, like it's almost like, because she's very nurturing, and there's someone young around as well. So I don't know whether there's someone in the family that passed younger, and she's just sort of like handing me, and I feel like I want to go to a boy that's with her, and it's almost like she just wants to say he's here with me.
I remember I had a cousin who I was real close with. He died when he was 9. He had drowned.
Okay, yep. So it's like she's saying he's up there with her. So, and does that resonate with Mum, that she's the one that looks after everyone, the mother?
My mother, how can I say, she was wonderful. We had made plans, I took care of my kids and I took care of my mom a good 3 years before she passed away in 2016.
Right.
And
Yeah. And she.
when when I decided to make the move to North Carolina from Connecticut, because I had my mother cremated, I told her when I left Connecticut I was going to bring her with me.
Awesome. And that's obviously why she's giving that message, that she's around you, she's enjoying things around you, and just sharing that story is wonderful, because it really just shows how much connection you have with her, even in spirit. And I love that. She's a lovely person, and I want to say there's a bit of a sense of humor as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like she likes to have a bit of a laugh, and I do feel like when she's showing me that, and she has a bit of fun sharing things with you, and I feel like she moves things around for you. It's almost like she has a bit of a laugh when you get frustrated. So I don't know whether
Hmm.
you put things down and you can't find them, and it's like that's Mum going, "Yay, I'm having a bit of a laugh with you." So she feels, and it almost like her energy feels like, I'm pretty clever, I can do this in spirit. So it's like she's quite proud of herself. And she does acknowledge that you still connect with her and talk with her.
Yeah.
And especially I feel like when you go outside, there's a connection to Mum. So I'm walking out the back of somewhere, and whether that's a time you talk to her or that's a time when you're not preoccupied, is what I feel like she's showing me. So it's like she really enjoys that time.
Okay.
Okay. She's gorgeous soul. And okay, so you've already moved, but there's some other changes happening around you, and I want to go to. It's almost like the family coming together even more is what she's showing me. So, have you got, like, with your family? Is there a few of them that are moving closer, or there's something I feel like the family's coming together more so than it has been before?
Yes. Um,
Yeah.
since I've moved to North Carolina, finally next month in July, I will have all of my grandchildren together at one time.
Woohoo! Yeah, because it's like there's that acknowledgement. You're like, everyone's coming together. It's going to be a big
Yes.
party, and yeah, it's like a real blessing. And she's excited about that, and obviously you're excited about that too. So that's really cool. So there's quite a few grandchildren. Have you got more boys than girls with the grandchildren? Where does I feel like I've got a few more of the male energy than the females.
Yes, I have more boys than girls.
Yeah. I also want to. I also want to mention, because she's showing me, and this is just her giving this to me. There's two. They're all special, so it's not that she's pointing out two that are very different, and there's different aspects to them that have it's a really different connection, and especially to you is what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they're sensitive, so it's a little bit like sometimes they're not fully understood by everyone, but you make it right for them, and they come to you and they feed off you, because it's almost like I feel like what she's showing me is you understand them.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, and it's really sweet. And with that, I feel like with one of them, there's something that almost hasn't been picked up in the way that it's like the way they process things is what she's showing me. So I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
whether they struggle a little bit, and it's like they sometimes can't work things out, readily. It's not that they're not smart or anything, but there's sometimes a bit of a gap in the processing. I want to say there's something around the processing of information. So at times they can be a little bit misunderstood, or they don't fully get information. So it looks like sometimes they can be naughty, or specifically I want to go to one, but they're not actually being naughty, they're just not fully understanding what's expected of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it's like, yeah, but it's like they have a special gift within that, like, so it's like what she's showing me is I'm a sensitive little soul, and I have a real gift. And I feel like they're very empathic, so they're a real sweetheart, but just struggle a little bit at times with processing information.
Okay.
The way she shows that to me, I feel like they're younger, and possibly it hasn't been fully explored yet or fully realised that there's that little bit of a, it's just almost like something that doesn't fully get processed. That's what she's showing me. So I'm like, okay, but it's like you're the key in this. So possibly this is one that's moving closer to you. I feel like so. But it's like Mum's like, you're there to make that happen.